up. We try to elevate that experience a little bit more.
Holy shit, we did that not too long ago. And I mean, I was on the struggle bus. I may have been driving the struggle bus. It was a little bit warmer than we thought. We won't name locations. And the event was, it was a Denver City event, like in the city.
Right.
But I mean, I was eating like chili and drinking beer, and I was like, I've got a heartburn, and now I'm like hungover from yesterday, and I'm sweating. I was like, oh my God, I got to get in my couch. So thank you for getting a little bit creative. And don't be shy to use the indoors if you ever want to. I'm an inside cat.
Yeah.
Chris, I'll let you kind of go with this. And I know this is going to be kind of picking your favorite child, but we've kind of been sitting here talking about, all these different brewers. I did a little research because I'm a professional.
Yeah.
We have over 300 plus, brewers in Colorado. Is there one that you're kind of like really high on right now? Obviously, Baere Brewing down here at 320 Broadway is fantastic. You can come over here whenever if you're doing laundry or getting your car washed, if you're getting your fucking nails done, or if your wife's getting her nails done, come on over here and get yourself a brew.
Or if you're going, you come here and then you can have a beer here and you can go across the street to True and listen to some fucking metal and have some amazing sour beer. So there's people that come to Baere just for the beer. They're not coming to do laundry, right? So this is part of the South Broadway Brew Tour. You can come to Baere, you go to True, you go a little bit further down, you can hit Black Project.
True's fucking awesome.
True is, dude, those guys are... Zach is such a fucking great brewer down there.
And you don't have to be a heavy metal fan to go there.
Like, I've never been.
They don't shove it down your throat.
No, they don't.
But it's there, but they don't turn it up where it's like they'll never have anything but metal, like hard metal on, but it's not like it doesn't turn you off. The beer is still the focus there.
It's awesome.
It's still a great place. It's dark as fuck in there, but it's still great.
Yeah, it is dark as fuck.
All right, so I didn't realize that we had like the South Broadway Beer Tour. Obviously, I'm a noob to the game, so I'm kind of learning as y'all speak and have a conversation about it. That's news to me. I didn't know that there was a heavy metal bar in the area. I'm a hairband guy, so I like the 80s.
Oh, it's not hairband. No,
it's not 80s rock. It's like heavy metal, like screamo.
I'm not a metal guy, but it's as metal gets.
Yeah, I mean it's medieval.
I don't know the names of these bands. They're like super hard names. Yeah. So, but like I said, their focus is their beers, and they do world class sours over there. They're great.
I got you. So let's talk about maybe who's the Colorado trends.
Well, to answer your question, like who are some of my favorite breweries are? Like, let me give you some sneaky good breweries in the state.
There we go. We're
really hard to tell you like who my favorites are, and I'm not going to say like, predictable ones like Odell and Avery and Ska and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right. We know that they're good. But go to Cannonball Creek in Golden. Cannonball Creek, in my opinion, is brewing some of the cleanest, best beers around. Brian is an outstanding brewer. Featherweight Pale Ale. You think you like strip mall? Featherweight's the same style. It's won GABF medals as well as Trump Hands, which is their session IPA. So it's a low alcohol IPA. That's why they call it Trump Hands, right? It's a small beer.
That's awesome.
So that's also a multi-medal winner. So Cannonball Creek and Golden is fantastic. 3 Barrel Brewing Company in Del Norte, Colorado. Holy shit, it's so good. Every time I drive to Durango, I have to stop in Del Norte, grab a piece of pizza, and have a 3 Barrel beer. Sneaky good, way off the beaten path, but making great, super great beers. I love what Broken Compass does in Breckenridge. Their coconut porter is super good. That's what they're known for.
Broken Compass?
Broken Compass.
Yeah, it's like right there when you head to the mountains. Because I remember I visited Broken Compass. I can't remember. I'd hiked to 14er that day, and when I segued back down.
Humble brag.
Yeah. Sorry, not to plug or anything. Everybody does it. But it's awesome because you can come down and visit a brewery afterwards.
Yeah.
I went to Broken Compass. And then, not to kind of cut you off there, but another brewery, mountain town kind of brewery that I visited was in Frisco, Outer Range.
Yeah.
And I really dug.
So if you like hazy IPAs, Outer Range is the place to go in the mountains. Like they're really doing the hazy thing. They're hitting that really hard. So Summit County, they're up to like 7 or 8 breweries right now. Like it's incredible what's going on in Dillon and Frisco, Breckenridge area. It's really neat what's happening there. And then another good sneaky brewery, in my opinion, is Liquid Mechanics up in Longmont. No, they're in Louisville. No, they're in
Lafayette.
Like they're in the L, one of those damn L's. Yeah, they're in Lafayette.
They're all the fucking same.
Yeah.
You can go from Liquid Mechanics to Odd 13.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Odd 13.
Yeah. So like those are a few sneaky good. There's a lot of sneaky good, but those are like just top of mind sneaky great breweries in the state.
I like it. And so for our listeners, we'll go through those one more time. Cannonball Creek, they have
Let's put Baere on this list too, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, this place is
It's tucked away.
so happy that we got to come here today for this event.
And I couldn't agree more. And we're kind of big into the diamonds in the rough. Like, I've never been here. And obviously, I mentioned I'm a noob in this game and things of that nature. But, like, I'm writing all of these down because I feel like we could do a tour day brew. And, like, not only I'm a big fan of losing my equilibrium and not being sober. So, like, we could do a little brew tour. Maybe do a little video segment. Chris, I don't know if you're down.
Nice.
You're more than welcome to join us.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to put up with us for that long.
Dude, this is all I do is drink and talk beer. Like, I'm not really great at much else, so that's all I got.
Drink and talk. So we're gonna get along really well. Have you been able to make it to like all 300? Like, is there a brewery you haven't hit yet?
Yeah, like we can't. Like our staff, we split up to get to all the breweries, right? But I've been, I don't know, I don't keep track. Like a lot of these beer dudes out there that go.
Shows.
But I've been to well over 150 breweries in the state. But I've been doing this for a super long time, like really long time, and it's not even really an effort. There's people that do this as a hobby that have been to way more breweries than I have. Like they get off of, they take every single weekend of their life. They get on airplanes, they get on light rails, they get in their car, and they drive all over the state just so they can say they've been to every brewery in Colorado. And I love that. I don't have the time to do that shit. But those guys, those people are awesome. And I learn from those people. They tell me. I like talking to them. They tell me what's going on out there that I don't get to see.
See, it's funny. Like, I go through phases because, when we were tossing back ideas on a brewery to go to, and I hadn't been to Baere in a few months because I have these phases where I'm going to, like, this brewery this weekend, and, like, I'll probably go there again. And so I get into these, like, little cycles, and then all of a sudden, like, I'll probably come back here next week, just because I got another taste of it. But that's great that we have so many options. And here in Denver, what do you think, since we're about to close out 2018, what's 2019 landscape look for us?
Well, there's a lot of change coming in the Colorado retail beer landscape. Some of you may have seen in your local grocery store expanded cooler space. You may have seen signs as you're filling up gas at Shell or Phillips 66, you might see a sign that says full strength beer coming January 1st. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? In Colorado, since Prohibition, the law has been you can own one liquor license, which means that all the liquor stores out there are owned by one person. They're independent liquor stores, and most likely that person lives in your neighborhood.
Right.
So you're supporting a neighborhood business when you go to those. Well, that law is changing. Starting January 1st, 2019, full-strength beer goes into grocery stores. Right now, we have about 1,600 liquor stores in the state. Starting January 1st, there's another about 1,400 locations that will start selling full-strength beer. So we're going to double places overnight where beer is being sold, but we're not going to add any more mouths. Like, it's the same amount of beer that's going to be sold. So there's going to be some attrition in the liquor store landscape. And we really hope a lot of these independent liquor stores are going to find ways to survive. When people buy their Budweiser with their hot dog buns, is Bob's Liquor Store going to be able to survive without selling all that Budweiser anymore? Right? They're still going to sell wine. They're still going to sell booze. But if you're like me, I buy a bottle of whiskey or bourbon. It stays in my liquor cabinet for 6, 8, 10 months. Like, that's not a volume thing. You don't buy a lot of that.
Right.
Some people might. I don't. But beer is what keeps lights on a lot of these stores. So brewers are really navigating where they're going to be selling beer next year. Do they want to do business with Walmart? Do they want to do business with Kroger's and King Soopers? Or do they want to do business with these small independent liquor stores? So that's all happening now. And come January 1st, everything's going to get turned on its head. And we're going to be watching things very closely.
In your opinion, because I was kind of concerned to this. Shout out to our friends at Joy Wine and Spirits.
Yeah,
go and support them.
I was going to say that.
They're in our neighborhood. We love those guys. But on that note, is it going to hurt craft brewers more? Or it seems, from the way you described it, it seems like it's going to hurt the mom and pop liquor stores more so than craft brewers. But
I'd imagine it would go bigger, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, so in Colorado, we estimate that we have about 80 to 90 breweries who package beer in a can or a bottle and sell it off-premise on a shelf somewhere, right? All 80 of those breweries will not be on a grocery store shelf at all. So if Bob's Liquor Store isn't able to survive next to that King Soopers, well, some of these smaller breweries are going to lose their shelf space in these independent liquor stores. Because a lot of these small breweries probably won't be able to do business with Walmart and Kroger's because they like their shelf sets to look the same in a lot of their stores.
Yeah.
So, and if you self-distribute, you don't have a distributor, those places may or may not really want to work with you. Like these are big business places. They do big business, and they sign. They want to buy a lot of cases of beer from you instead of like 4 or 5, right? So you got to know how to do business with Walmart. You don't sell to one Walmart. You have to sell to 50 of them. You don't sell to one King Soopers. You have to sell to them all, right?
And they want that case like eye level right there.
Right, and so they're only going to have so much beer, right? And if you're not in there, then you got to hope that your local liquor store is going to be where you're still going to have shelf space to sell your beer. So the smaller breweries are going to be in the liquor stores. Some of the larger breweries will be in the grocery stores. And what happens there is going to be very interesting to watch. The consumer behavior. Where are people going to buy their beer? We don't know.
Will there be collusion in the sense of like, let's band together from, let's say, the smaller or medium-sized breweries that aren't your New Belgiums, your Oscars, your AVs, your left hands that are kind of like the ones that you already see that are kind of like bigger on the scene? Will we see collusion and teaming up between smaller liquor stores and smaller beer companies as well? Like everyone says, "Fuck Walmart" together. I mean, I've seen cities and around the country have said that. Like, go to hell, you sons of bitches.
Well, yeah, I think.
But will that hinder?
I think that kind of already happens.
Like down the ship
like
together?
Brewers and liquor stores are very good partners already. They always work very close together. Like doing promotions, monthly promotions, and stuff like that. Like those liquor stores are very open to doing creative things, and you can come in and. A brewery can go into a small liquor store and do a hand sale. That's like, if you've ever been to a liquor store Friday between like 4 and 6, good chance there's a representative from a small brewery there saying, hey, can I help you pick out a beer? Have you thought about our stout or our pale ale or our IPA?
Yeah. We'll give you a free glass or a koozie if you buy
That's
one.
not really going to happen in the grocery stores.
Yeah.
Like that interaction is not going to be there. So there's already a lot of working together with small breweries, smaller and mid-sized breweries in these liquor stores. So that's already there.
Okay.
But I think what the small liquor store really has to do is get the word out that they're an independent store, they support their community, and what makes them different than buying your stuff at a big box store. Like, you buy your beer at Bob's Liquor Store, you might be paying for his daughter's ballet lessons. You buy beer at Walmart, you're buying that guy's third boat somewhere in the Caribbean type of thing, right? So people got to wrap their head around. And
what an idiot. 3 boats?
Yeah. You get my point.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I think Colorado likes supporting independent people. I think they like it. They just got to know what's going on, and getting that word out is going to be a very... It's a big deal in the next few weeks leading up to that. A lot of people don't even know that this change is coming. They're going to walk in on January 1st to their King Soopers and go, oh, my God, look at all this beer. Cool.
But at the same
right?
time, I've also stopped buying, like I've learned, and that came from when I moved here in like 2011, I came from Mississippi where you could buy your beer in your gas station and your grocery stores.
Yeah.
And it was the same Budweiser you would get from the liquor store. Whereas here, you come here in the 7-Eleven, people are like, oh, you stupid son of a bitch, that's 3.2.
Yeah.
Like, will there, obviously we'll start seeing some of those bigger names on there. Do we expect, like, is this, are we going to lose breweries too because of this bill?
Well, I hope we don't lose breweries, but what breweries are going to have to do is really reinvent. Some are going to have to reinvent themselves, right? They may have to really bring people into their brewery instead of having people pick up their beer on a shelf.
Okay.
Right? They're just going to have to get really creative in how to do that. Now, these larger breweries, they're set. Right, the New Belgiums and those guys, they're set. Like they're ready to play in a grocery store. They know how to do it. They do it in other states, so they know what to expect. These other breweries, not so much. So they're just going to have to really be creative on how they get through this change. But again, probably 25% of the breweries in the state sell beer on a shelf. Most of them are like we're here today. They brew and sell it over their counter.
And I see it over there. There's some to go as well. So we're probably going to get a growler of. What am I drinking again?
This is the Strip Mall Pale Ale because we're sitting in a strip mall right now.
And that's one, for those that oftentimes use public transportation, it's an easy commute from not only downtown. So like you were saying with Wynkoop,